What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my sports picks video, college football edition. It is Friday night, September the 11th. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and each and every time I put out a video. Like I said, it's college football time. College football Saturday is upon us. This is week 2. I guess week 1 was kind of limited in games, but this is technically week 2. We have a lot of teams stepping onto the field for the first time. We have a few teams playing their second game. So definitely interesting out there. But we have a bunch of games, not as much as a normal Saturday, but still a bunch of games to watch, enough for us to satisfy our college football needs. So let's go ahead and jump right into the action. So hopefully you guys had a great Friday. We certainly did in the village. We went 4-2 on the day. We were 5-2 yesterday. So we are on a roll heading into the weekend, and I love this weekend. I have a bunch of games lined up for college this Saturday. Looking at the NFL, hopefully you guys saw my last video about the NFL. For the Thursday night game, I gave out a teaser that cashed. I also said if you guys liked a straight bet, the first half under. So we're 2-0 on Thursday night. So we start the NFL season off 2-0. And looking at Sunday's card, there are about 5 games I think I'm going to give out to those who are part of the village. I think we have a good shot of going 5-0, so I'm looking to stay perfect in the NFL. And like I said, first things first, we have college football 10-2. So for those of you that are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. I like to do something a little bit different with each sport. With college football and college basketball, I like to do what's called a long shot parlay. It's any parlay where the payout is $10,000 or more. But this year in college football, I'm going to reduce that a little bit. So like I said, there's just not as many games as there normally is. There's a lot of games being postponed. There's conferences who haven't even started yet. So there's just a reduced number of games. So I'm going to reduce that payout amount, and I'm going to do any parlay where the payout is $5,000 or more. That's going to be our long shot parlay. NFL will be the same. We'll be doing long shot teasers where the payout is $1,000 or more. I have a good one for week 1 of the NFL. I'll be doing that video separately. So you'll see that sometime on Saturday. But let's go ahead and jump right into the college football action. So like I said, I'm going to be starting off with the long shot parlay. This is going to be our first attempt of the season. I'll go ahead and throw it up on the screen here. And we actually have a little bit different than normal. We have actually 3 underdogs and 3 unders. Typically I have a couple underdogs, a couple favorites, a couple overs, a couple unders. Kind of have a mix of everything, but this time it's unders and underdogs is what we're going with, and we'll see if we can hit it. We have 6 plays, putting them together 120 will pay out 5,131. So we'll see if we can start this college football off with a bang. So let's go ahead and jump into the parlay. Starting off with Louisiana, plus 11.5, the Raging Cajuns. This is going to be a really good game. We have Iowa State. We didn't have any ranked teams playing, I don't believe, in week 1. But we do have a handful here in week 2, and starting off with Iowa State. So rightfully so, they bring back a really good quarterback, and they also had one of the best defenses last year in the country. Louisiana actually had a really good defense as well, and they bring back, I believe, 7 starters. So they bring back a lot of their defense. So I think they have a good shot of having another good defensive year. On top of that, the Raging Cajuns had their best season in school history last year. Their offense was really good as well. They averaged almost 38 points a game. They also bring back a bunch of their pieces on the offensive side of the ball. I think they're going to have another monster season in their conference, possibly winning their conference. I know they fell just short the past couple years, but I think this year it might be the year where they take it. But like I said, offensively, defensively, Louisiana is solid. Iowa State, obviously, they're good defensively. They're good offensively with their quarterback, Purdy. So this is going to be a good game. And that's why the line's not so high. You have Iowa State at home. They're a ranked team. And they're playing a team from the Sun Belt. And it's only 11.5. There's a reason why Louisiana is a good team. And I do think they have the offense to stay close with Iowa State. And I do think their defense can hold Iowa State in check a little bit. Like I said, this is the first game for both of these teams. So I think a lot of these teams are going to get off to slow starts. It's a crazy off season that they had. Not as many reps, not as much practice, not as much hitting. Some teams no hitting at all. So it's just crazy right now. So we'll see how a lot of these teams do in their first game. These first couple weeks are just going to be a filling out period to kind of see where everybody's at. But I'm going to take a shot here with Louisiana to keep this game close. Like I said, they had a really good season last year, best in school history. They bring back a lot of pieces, and I think they can stay close with Iowa State. And Iowa State early in the season, their first game, their first 1 or 2 games, they always start off a little bit slow. So we'll see if it happens here. Typically, though, they're playing like UNI, Northern Iowa, and Northern Iowa, of course, they want to play with the big boys, Iowa and Iowa State. So they usually give those teams good games, but a little bit different this year. Schedules are a little bit mixed up. Teams are playing teams that they normally don't. So it's definitely a crazy year. But this is going to be play number 1, Louisiana plus 11.5. Let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to make these, I'm not going to talk as much for all of these games. Don't want to make this an hour-long video. So I'll kind of give quick hits and just kind of move it right along. So game number 2, Charlotte plus 17. Should be another good game. Charlotte wants to turn this game into a rivalry. They usually play every year. But in order to have a rivalry with a team, it can't be one-sided. You have to win here and there. But last year they did give it a good shot. They gave Appalachian State a really good game. They fell short in the second half. It looked like they got a little bit tired. Appalachian State does play in altitude. So if you're not used to that, especially early in the season, it's tough to play a team in elevation early in the season if you're not used to it. So possibly the same thing can happen here. Charlotte could fade in the second half, but I think this is the year. Maybe they don't win, but I think they can definitely keep it close. 17 points is a lot, especially this is the first game for both of these teams. Like I said, I think a lot of these teams are going to get off to slow starts. Appalachian State, they're bringing in their 3rd coach in as many years. That's very tough for any program to do, especially in this off season where you don't have as much practice time bringing in a new coach. This is a stacked team, though. They're stacked every year. I've seen this team ranked the past couple years, so this is a really good team. They bring back a lot of pieces as well. Charlotte does as well. Charlotte had a good season last year, good offense, and I think they can hang with Appalachian State. So Charlotte plus 17 is going to be play number 2. Next, we're going with a total here. Duke and Notre Dame under 53. This is going to be an interesting year for Duke. They struggled. They were bad offensively last year. They bring in a QB transfer from Clemson, so I'm curious to see how he's going to be a quarterback from Clemson. I'm thinking he's going to be pretty decent. We'll definitely have to find out. The question is going to be, does he have enough around him to turn this offense around in his first year with the team? I'm not quite so sure. Maybe as the season progresses, obviously they'll get better offensively, but to start the season off at Notre Dame, that is tough. Notre Dame has a stout defense, and they are going to bring it again this year. I don't think Duke is going to score very many points at all. So if Notre Dame doesn't run up the score and score 40 plus, I think we are good here with the under. Let's go ahead and move on to another under. Georgia Tech, another team. They were really, really bad offensively last year, and rightfully so. This is a team, last year was their first year moving away from the triple offense. Now they're moving to more of a spread offense, so it's going to take them a few years to transition. So this is going to be year number 2, and I think they're going to struggle again. Florida State, this is another team that's bringing in a new head coach, a good one too, but I think they're going to get off to a slow start. Question marks all over the place. Florida State, they have a ton of talent the past couple years, and they have just underachieved. That's why they have a new coach, to see if he can turn that around. But I think Florida State, this is going to be a team that's going to get better as the year gets going. But in this first game, I think they got off to a slow start. Georgia Tech, I don't think they're going to be very good offensively again. So I think this is going to be a lower scoring game, and the weather doesn't look great either. It looks like there's going to be some wind, some rain. So that sets up for the under as well. Next, let's go ahead and move on to our third under, and it's going to be our third new head coach. UTSA brings in a new head coach, Jeff Traylor, and this is a very interesting hire. He has roots in Texas, which is obviously that's what you want if you're a Texas team, someone who can recruit in Texas. And I think that was the big hiring point, was that he can be a great recruiter, but he doesn't have any head coaching experience in D1 or even as a coordinator. So Very interesting to see how UTSA is going to be. I think this is going to be another team that gets off to a slow start. New head coach, one that doesn't have much experience at all. How is UTSA going to come out in week one? We'll definitely find out. Texas State has an advantage here as they have already played a game. They actually played pretty decent against SMU, a lot better than I expected. I thought SMU was going to blow this team away, and they actually stayed close. But Texas State, they're not a very good team. I don't see them being very competitive as the year goes on. I think SMU came out sluggish, and they definitely did not play to expectations. So these are two more teams that get off to slow starts here. I like the under 57 in this game. Just a lot of question marks on the UTSA side, but the line is low. It's only 7 points. There's a reason why. Texas State is not very good, so I like this game to stay under. And our last play is going to be Western Kentucky plus 13. I bought a point here. It was at plus 12. 12 is kind of one of those numbers that are, it's pretty insignificant, but 13 is a much better number. And this is another interesting game. We have strength versus strength and weakness versus weakness. So Western Kentucky had a really good defense last year, and they bring back a lot of the same pieces that they had last year. So I think they're going to be good again this year. And Louisville, their strength is their offense. They have a lot of dynamic weapons offensively. They have a good head coach, and this year is going to be no different. I see Louisville being very, very good offensively. So we're going to see who wins the battle. Louisville's offensive strength versus Western Kentucky's defensive strength. And then if you flip it on the other side of the ball, Western Kentucky struggled last year offensively. But they do have an offensive-minded coach, so you expect them to be better. This is the second year with the team. You expect their offense to pick it up a little bit. And the same with Louisville. You expect their defense that struggled last year. Pretty much all of their games were shootouts. I expect Louisville's defense to step it up as well. So it's going to be strength versus strength, weakness versus weakness. We'll see which team has improved from last year. The line's at 13. I think Western Kentucky can hang with Louisville. Like I said, this is a really good team. Obviously, these are two teams in the state of Kentucky. This is kind of a big brother, little brother kind of a game. So you know Western Kentucky is going to want to bring it and show that they can hang with Louisville. And I think they can. I think they can stay within 2 touchdowns. We have plus 13 here. That is going to be our last play. So we have 6 plays, 3 unders, 3 underdogs, 120 to pay out 5,131. And we'll see if we can start off the season with a bang. And to show you guys that I actually put this in myself, here is my ticket. You can see here 16 parlay, exactly as I just outlined. Every play I give out, if you're a part of the village, every straight bet I give out, every parlay I give out, every teaser I give out, every play I give out, I take it myself. If the play isn't good enough for me to play, I'm not going to give it for you to play. So part of the village, we win together, we lose together. That's how it is. That's how I like it to be. If you aren't a part of the village, you are definitely missing out. This is the website. This is how to get there, JVilleSportsPicks.com. Now is the time to join. We are going to have a great college football and NFL season. We're already having a great NBA season and MLB season and hockey season and WNBA. We are doing great in all sports, and that's what we do. We do it in all sports. This is the website, JVilleSportsPicks.com. Browse around, check out the different links at the top of the page. Definitely check out the promotions tab. Have some good things on there. The free picks tab. You don't see me on here making a video. I do post a free play each and every day. But hit the big blue button in the upper right hand corner. It will take you to a page which will list all the different packages that are available. See which one suits you the best. Once you join, it's very, very simple. I send you out an email each and every day. It will lay out all the picks that I have for that day in all sports, sent directly to your email box. So however you get your email notifications, that is how you'll know my picks have been sent out. But I send them out roughly around the same time every day, so you know when to check your email. So no surprises. Obviously, there are some late games, some early games, but I always send out plays at least an hour before any game that I pick starts. So you have plenty of time to get your picks in, and that is how we do it in the village. And don't forget to use promo code FOOTBALLISBACK25. My packages are already super cheap as it is, but I want to make them even cheaper. This promo code will get you 25% off any package that you choose. It's good until the end of the month. Football is back 25. All one word, all capital letters. Use that promo code when you sign up to get the lowest price available. And if that is not it, don't forget about the Village Guarantee. If I have a losing record during your 30-day subscription that you are part of the Village, guess what? You get either your money back or you get the next month free. You can keep track every single day. I automatically keep track. I update my website weekly with everything that we have done in every single sport. So it's easy. You can check the spreadsheets or you can keep track yourself. But it's very simple. If I have a losing record, I don't want you to pay me. I will pay you back your money, or you can get the next month free. I don't see that happening, so I'm not really worried about it, but that is the Village Guarantee, so there's no reason not to join. JVilleSportsPicks.com. Sign up today. Now is the perfect time. We are in the middle of all sports: NBA, WNBA, NHL, NFL, college football. Don't forget about UFC on Saturdays as well. Whenever I see a good UFC play, I give it out. Whenever I see a good soccer play, I give it out. So I do all sports, golf as well. And before you know it, college basketball is going to be right around the corner. So we are definitely fully loaded right now. A bunch of picks each and every day. And that is what we are doing over in the Village. So let's go ahead and move on to today's free play of the day, our straight bet of the day. I'm actually just going to pluck out one of the plays that was in the parlay, but I want to let you guys know of those 6 plays that I gave out, which one is my favorite, and that is going to be today's free play of the day, and that's going to be Charlotte plus 17. Obviously, I'm not going to talk much more about this game. I already went over it. Charlotte is going to be extra motivated. They want to get a W against their in-state, I think, rival. I wouldn't call it a rivalry yet, but they want to make it a rivalry. Both these teams are in North Carolina. Charlotte wants to prove that they are just as good as Appalachian State. They are going to bring it. I think they can keep it close. They played a good game last year. They have just as good a team, if not better, this year. Appalachian State, same thing, but they do have a new head coach, so I think they get off to a slower start this year. And Charlotte, I think right off the gates, they're going to be ready to go. So I think Charlotte plus 17. I think 17 is a little bit too much. I think Appalachian State, when it's all said and done, they win this game, but I think Charlotte can definitely keep it close. But we'll see if they can make that happen. So that is going to be today's free play of the day. Charlotte plus 17. So we'll go ahead and root on the long shot parlay. I don't necessarily recommend you guys throw in the long shot parlay. Even though it's not as big as last year's parlay, it's still 6-team parlay is a pretty big parlay to put in. I might pluck out your favorite 2 or 3 and do a smaller parlay. But if you want to get crazy with me, I did put it in as you guys saw. If you want to get crazy with me, you guys can. I leave it up to you guys. But that is going to wrap it up. That is what we're going to be doing each and every week for college football. Long shot parlay, at least 1, maybe 2 straight bets that I'm leaning towards. All of the other plays, my best college football plays, and all of my best plays in all other sports will be for those who are a part of the Village. So stay tuned. For those of you who are, you'll be receiving my email with my best college football plays. If you're not a part of the Village, don't forget to go to JVilleSportsPicks.com. Use that promo code Football is Back 25 to get your discount. Other than that, don't forget to follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JVille Sports. I did a little test a couple days ago. Went pretty well. A couple hiccups in there. So I'm going to be smoothing things out, and we are going to be doing some live betting in college football and the NFL and all other sports as well. So go to twitch.tv/JVille Sports so you know when we go live. Follow the channel, and when I go live, you'll get a little email notification letting you know. Then you can join us and have some fun. So that's going to wrap it up for me. I hope you guys have an awesome Saturday. I'll be releasing my NFL video here shortly. You'll see it sometime on Saturday. But other than that, that's going to do it from me. Good luck with whatever plays you guys do decide to put in, and stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys soon.